just tell me your name?
David.
Last name?
Barcena.
Could you spell that for me?
Barcena.
Okay, thank you. And then could you just tell me what you think about, in terms of the United States and their relations with Russia, and whether or not it's important to find a peaceful agreement?
Well, of course, I feel it is important because ever since World War II, with the United Nations being formed, the whole point of all these countries coming together is to avoid World War III. And sometimes we're not always so lucky because we have the Korean conflict, which happened in the early 50s, and then Vietnam in the 60s. So I think it behooves all the countries to put aside personalities and differences and try to find common ground.
Okay, and what do you think about Russia disagreeing with the United States and in terms of not willing to sign on to this missile defense shield?
Okay, my understanding was that when NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, was formed, the whole point was for those countries to be a unified bloc in the event that Russia would cause anything. So they were united. If Russia attacked one, in essence, they would attack all. My feeling is that Russia is probably, pardon me for saying this, just a little pissed off that whole thing was started because of them.
Right.
So for them to sign on, would kind of like lose face.
Okay.
So I think they're taking a stance because of that.
Okay. And
is that kind of clear?
Yeah, it is. And
okay.
As a United States citizen, do you feel threatened at all by Russia? Or do you feel that Russia could be a potential threat for the United States?
I don't feel threatened, but I certainly do have cause of concern for the world. Mm-hmm. The whole point, for hundreds and hundreds of years, war has never accomplished anything. Right. Yet countries still wage them against one another for sometimes the stupidest reasons. Mm-hmm. Sometimes even good reasons, but I wish they could come together over a peace table.
Right.
And talk it out, rather than sending young men and women off to war.
Right.
And I think that there should be some kind of meeting of the minds. They give a little, we give a little. Mm-hmm. And, as much as, I think we live in a wonderful country, we're not always right.
Right. And then just one last question.
Surely.
Russia actually tested out their own missile yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel?
I'll take your word for it. I haven't followed the news, so it could very well have happened. They need to prepare themselves as well. I don't think they have to worry about the West personally, but there are rogue countries in the Middle East that they can be concerned about. So they too have to be prepared, to be fair.
Right. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Sure.